Most first-time business buyers struggle in their first 100 days as CEO. If you want to do that, here are 5 things smart buyers are doing before they close. I've helped hundreds of acquisition entrepreneurs close on small businesses, and I've noticed some patterns between the ones that are successful in their first 100 days after close and the ones that aren't successful in their first 100 days after close. The first thing we see smart buyers doing is they use their diligence period to not just look for potential landmines about the company, but they also seek to deeply understand that business. When you're coming in as a new CEO, you're not going to know very much about the business, especially when you compare yourself to a seller who might have been running that company for many years or even decades. So use that diligence period to really understand the business model. Who does what in the business day to day? You want to understand who's driving sales, who's driving operations, who's working in the back office. What is every employee's actual job? And maybe most importantly, you want to understand what the seller's actual job is, and when you step into that role, what your day-to-day is going to look like. The second thing we see smart buyers do is they don't walk into the business on day one and tell all the employees that there's going to be no changes, because generally that's a lie. You might walk in and say there's going to be no changes for now, or you're going to be very smart and intentional about changes, but you do want to make sure that everyone knows that you've bought this business, you're now the CEO, and things might change over time, but that your intention is to make sure that they're changing for the better. It can definitely be a big mistake to come in and make sweeping changes before you deeply understand the business and the reason that you're making those changes. So it is a good idea to make a list of items that you know you're not going to touch for the first 100 days or 90 days of running the business. But during that period, you're going to make notes and be ready to make changes when the time is right. The third thing we see smart first-time CEOs do after closing in their first 100 days is they make a plan for who they're going to talk to first, what those conversations are going to look like, and the order in which they're going to talk to those people. So it's a good idea for after you close in the business to have a plan for the order of operations for which of those groups of people you're going to speak to first, and then how you're going to structure those conversations. And your ultimate goal should be to build trust with those people and also to seek to understand the company better. Also, you might find during that process that there's things that you can make immediate improvements on about the business just by opening your mind and listening to the key stakeholders. This fourth item is something I see almost all buyers miss, but it could be a game changer in building trust with the team and having a smooth transition post-closing. As a new buyer, you should go ahead and plan out what your day-to-day as the new CEO is going to look like. You want to know where you're going to eat, who you're going to eat with, where you're going to park, what's your day-to-day tasks going to look like. All these are really important because all the employees are watching you now. When you go in, if you don't have a game plan and you're kind of floundering in the new role as CEO, the business is going to flounder as well. So make sure you're working with the seller to understand what their day-to-day has looked like, and then mold that into what your plan as the new CEO is going to look like, so that post-closing, you're ready to run the business efficiently. The fifth thing that smart buyers are doing before they close in their small business acquisitions is they're building a cash flow forecast. The J-curve is a very real thing. Revenues are going to drop, expenses are going to go up, and as a buyer, you need to be ready for these changes. You're also jumping into a business where you only understand the working capital cycle as much as you're able to diligence that item. And living it real time is substantially different than living it on a spreadsheet. So having a firm grasp of the cash flow of the business and at least having a plan for what it's going to look like over the next 13 weeks is crucial for knowing that you're not going to run out of money in your first 90 days as the owner of the business. These 5 things have been the difference between success and failure for a lot of the clients that we've worked with on their small business acquisition. If you want some help implementing these things and more, reach out to me. My name is Chris Barrett. I own and operate Midwest CPA. We help acquisition entrepreneurs avoid buying the wrong company and then successfully grow the right one.